Okay, so we're testing the Kenwood KR-4600 that I got yesterday. As you can see, the lights are nice and bright all over the dial. There's no bulbs out. And here comes the shitty speakers into play, because you never know when you get used equipment. There might be something wrong, and if you hook up some good speakers, you might blow your speakers if there's nothing wrong with the amplifier section in the receiver. So I'm just using a simple, cheap CD VHS combo player. That's the one that is not for sale. That's my testing thing. I just hook it up to everything I get. So this is a very simple hookup, just to test to see if there's sound. Do all the things work? Like, we can go to FM.
Piece of business. There are things you should know, and
And as you can see, it works. I have no antenna hooked up to it, so it's just the internal antenna that is working. So the radio section works perfectly in it. I also have a CD running here now, so we can go back to AUX. Everything works. And I also find it very very good that there's no static noise when I turn the knobs. So that's really good. So on this unit right here, the only thing I have to do, I looked it up yesterday when I got home, and I tested this morning. I can screw these off. These comes off, no big deal. 3 screws and they come off on both sides. So I think what I'm going to do is either just screw them off, take them off, and sand them down and give them a new finish. That's all I have to do with this one. It's so clean. The front is really in good condition. No big deep scratches, no big dents. There's a little tiny one right here. It is so small you can barely see it. And I haven't even really cleaned it that great yet. I just did a wipe down with some Windex. That's all I did. So it has like a little bit around here that has to be cleaned. So I'm going to take all the knobs off and clean around the knobs where I couldn't get to yesterday, just to get it really nice and clean. And then I'm going to open it up and clean it inside, and it's good to go. This is a really nice unit. This is kind of normal. It is wood. It is wood, but it has some kind of a clear coat or shellac or something on it. I thought it was laminate or something, but it's just clear coated. It has been stained and clear coated from the factory, it seems like. So I can sand that down and give it a new coat. All I have to do. And then when that is done, this will be a freaking nice unit. One of the cleanest receivers that I have seen in a long time that I've gotten my hands on. Yeah, I'm just using some shitty Kenwood home theater satellite speakers, but hey, that's what I talked about in a different video that I made. If you're gonna test old equipment, use some inexpensive speakers that you don't care about, that doesn't, if something happens, it's not the end of the world if you break your speakers or you damage your speakers. If something happens to these, I just throw them away, because I have 12 other pairs standing around waiting. I would never take this home like yesterday, because it was in a storage, in a garage. Take it into my store or home and hook them up to some more expensive speakers to test them, just in case there was something wrong with the output on the amplifier section, and I would fry some speakers. So if you do this, use some inexpensive speakers. it works wonders. You can test it. I just did this now because I have already tested it this morning, and I have already had this one before. I tested it on these. I made sure it worked, and then I put them back over here. I hooked them up to the Klipsch KG4. I hooked them up to the Technics SB7000. I also hooked them up to the Technics here and the Theater Research there and the Sony speakers. And I have to say, I am really, I've never been a big Kenwood fan, or I haven't had too many Kenwoods coming through my store or my buying and selling outlet online or in the past. Normally it's Pioneer and Sansui and Morans that I'd come across, and some Techniques. I don't come across too much Kenwood. But I have another Kenwood, and it's called 5150. So this is my second Kenwood in 2 years. I really like this one. But this one, it's even better. And I looked it up online, and then they say that this is a 30 watt per channel receiver. And I have to say the 30 watt in this one is fairly freaking good. From what I can remember when I tested the Morans that I have and the Sansui that I have, this one can go neck to neck with both the Morans and the Sansui in power and in sound quality. Another thing with this Kenwood that I really like, that the Sansui, I don't think the Sansui or the Morans have, is this. Right there. So if you want to hook up a power amplifier to this receiver, if you need more power, you can hook a power amplifier. You can link a power amplifier. What happened to my camera? Yeah, you can hook up a power amplifier to this receiver to get more power. Let's look at the Sansui. Sansui has it, so that's kind of cool. This little one does not have it, and I know for sure that the Morans doesn't have it. I think so. It has an output for a power amplifier, so I think that's really good. And I have to say, let me do something. I know I'm in the opening hours of my store, but let's do this. I don't know if you can see any better, but that is pretty neat. I like the lights. It's kind of like, it has the combination of teal and orange, and I like that combination of lights in the dial. That's pretty cool. Why didn't the light come on? There. So my verdict so far on the Kenwood KR-4600, I am pleasantly surprised. I will put it to a bigger test, and I will come back with a review of it in a few days. And I will have the sides fixed, sand it down, and give it a new finish, and then it will be listed for sale. And this is one of the nicer ones I have seen. This is a very nice receiver, well taken care of. The lady I bought it from, she said it belonged to her dad, so I can see that it's been belonging to someone who took care of it and enjoyed it, because this has not been banged around and stuff like that. This is more natural things, what happens to wood over years, because this is like, you have to remember, guys, this is a receiver from the 1976, 77, 78 something. So of course age is gonna show, especially on wood. So there you go. There you have it. Kenwood model KR-4600. Very nice receiver. So if you're looking for one, I wouldn't think twice about buying one. If you only need a small one to start off with, since you can hook up a power amplifier behind it if you have bigger speakers and you want to use this one as kind of like a preamp, you can do that. So this is a very smart construction from Kenwood's side. They really thought about things when they made this one. And it is heavy, so that it's solid built, and they built it to last. So 2 thumbs up on this one for me, and I'll come back with a bit better test, a longer test, and I'll make sure that the next test I do with this one will be a playing test with some music for you guys. So until next time, take care.